Hello, myself Ram Gajay here. Basically, we are discussing on the topic that is integration. Integration basically that is on the topic that is this file creation. One of the person told that if you think positive, no, basically, then this is the very highly management study basically which is ongoing basically. If you think negative, then basically you will say that basically how basically one normal BCom person basically is teaching highly management skilled group basically. That basically comes into the thinking basically how you think basically. Then this is thing basically. Now basically this is the stuff because this is connecting to the city creation also. So it might possible that whenever basically IITs, IIM group and the government group basically will watch this video, they will say that sir, one BCom person basically is teaching us basically how dare basically he is. Then basically they will start thinking up to that level basically. So that is different point basically. That is basically we are not discussing here that thing basically. So here thing is that see that stuff basically which is so how this is going to connect that you see basically. This is done basically one person basically one college basically launched one degree. This is connecting to the government. This is connecting to the IITs. This is connecting to the IIM. This is connecting to the big level management degree. This is connecting to the government. This is connecting to the Oxford, Harvard, and big level of university of across the world. So see basically how the things are basically connecting. This is the real management basically. This is the manage and this is only the management basically. And entire education sector is connected with this topic basically. Just now basically we discussed in this few videos. Entire management basically comes here basically. So one of the person told that one person got 90 percentage from this degree and this degree is created from these 20 cities. So see the education, why basically the education nowadays has become business basically. That is also basically a reason why basically it has called as a name as a business basically. That is also basically reason is there basically because the people basically say that yeah आजकल तो business हो गया education basically. Why its education has become business basically? This is the reason basically. So one college launched one degree. This degree is created on the base of 20 cities. So on the base of 20 cities, assume that this college basically is having 18 books. This college is having 18 books in the management study. In these 18 books basically are created from these 20 cities. That is the 20 cities energy basically we can say. By studying these 18 books basically one person basically got 90 percentage, and when he got 90 percentage his blood cells basically connected to this diagram basically. And what is this diagram basically? One of the person basically asked the question what actually diagram kya hai. So the diagram is this basically. He is going to connect with banking. This line basically we said banking one project, which project is already created by one big highly management person basically. See basically the lines are connecting. This connecting to this basically. This is discussed basically. This line is connecting to the connecting with what basically? Banking one project basically. It's connecting to one banking project which is long before created by very highly professional bank person basically. That is basically you can say he is connected to the World Bank also basically. So that person has created this project basically, and that project line is this basically. This line basically is connecting to that project. So this is one line basically which was generated from this degree basically. This is this degree basically. This degree basically. And from this thing basically. And from this thing. And this is connecting to the IT industry also because the projects are basically nowadays created in softwares basically. That's why, because software also have to merge with these ideas, and they have to do basically. Otherwise, basically, because nowadays it's like that. So this is basically clear. Then basically, then one person told that this line basically you can see this line. This line is basically connecting to tracking of all lines. Tracking of all lines basically. And these all line basically are connected like this only basically. So here that tracking of line means what basically? Tracking of line means one person told that one person basically reached to one banking project basically. He started doing the work in that banking projects. So it might possible that he basically can think more powerful than the person basically who actually created the stuff basically. So here the responsibility of the colleges are there. They have to support this person basically. They basically can't support that person basically who actually created this line basically. They have to support this person basically. That person basically has thought up to more powerful than the person who actually created the stuff. So the person who created the line basically he will also get connected. Yes, yeah, basically he actually thought little bit higher than the me basically. So he also basically connects to this person basically, and he also basically meet this person basically. Why? Because he thought little bit higher than the person basically who created, and he told that basically when I was doing the study that time basically I don't have these all facilities. That is one college degree created 20 cities and 18 books basically connects to 20 cities. I don't have that type of facility basically. That's why basically I was not able to think up to that level. So now basically things are different. So he basically given that stuff basically. So here the thing is that tracking basically is telling this just now basically which I explained. So like this he told that 70%, 80%, 60%, 50% are connecting to each and every lines, and which lines are drawn by the 20 cities and by the 18 books, and it is connecting to what basically, as in that basically it is connecting to nuclear and power and energies companies. Here basically I will type so you can just imagine. So one other person told that this is actually the real management strategy, and this thing basically which I just now discussed normal person basically can do. That is not possible because to understand this basically you require highly blood cells basically, and this only basically Oxford group and the highly management group only basically can do. Practically management thing basically I am talking. I just talked this basically, but I basically can't manage up to this level basically. Why? Because you required Oxford blood cells, you required Harvard blood cells, you required highly management blood cells. That only basically you can get when you are basically doing the study in the colleges. That is the bigly highly management skills colleges, and there you required minimum rupees is 1 crore rupees, and that basically normal person basically can't afford, and I am basically the normal person. So in next video basically we are going to see a little bit more about this.